It's a brand new month and welcome to Sunset News on this Monday evening. As always, we bring you news, community stories, economics, weather and sports. I am Glenora Shipura. Getting into the news tonight, during a police operation in the Erango region, stolen goods and drugs valued at $625,700 million were confiscated, along with 37 individuals who were arrested. Regional Commander Commissioner Nicolaus Kopambona shares more. The operation commenced on the 16th of January 2025 to the 28th of January 2025. Leandria Mower gave in this report.
All the items which we confiscated, these are including the drugs, the items is to a tune of 625,700, which is just in the space of a week and a half or so, to mention. Let's go to the suspects in the areas where we. Yes, I already mentioned the suspect who were arrested, but the age group which is one to mention is between the age of 17, which these are youth up to the age of 48, and only in Naravel where we didn't encounter much of activities, but there's only 2 persons arrested, age range between 29 to 55, and if you can see on the age range, it's only the majority is the youth. From the age of 50, there are only maybe just 1 or 2, meaning all these are youth, which is very, very, very much. We are losing really a youthful society because of drugs and involving in criminal activity.
After officially launching in Namibia last week, Thursday, Batu and founder Theo Baloyi donated 100 pairs of shoes to pupils at Tobias Hainyeko Primary School in Okuyangava over the weekend. Batu is a South African sneaker brand founded in 2015. The brand is known for its signature mesh design and celebrates African culture and identity. Batu and the founder donated 100 pairs of shoes to pupils at Tobias Hainyeko Primary School. Let's take a look.
The next one, Lucas Haimboni. Lucas Haimboni. There you go. There you go. The next one we have here is Pomwene Power. Pomwene Power. Well done, my boy. Okay. The next one. Nicolius Katenda or Katenda. Yeah. Nicolius Katenda.
Oshana Police Regional Commissioner Naphtal Nungameni Sakaria said the First National Bank of Namibia should be alarmed by the increasing incidence of money fraud and tighten security to assist its clients. Sakaria said on their part, as the police, they are very worried, and he recently concluded a meeting with the banking sector, including FNB as well as other banks, where he raised their concerns. He said for Oshana alone, they have recorded 11 cases between 2023 to date, of which 10 are for FNB clients and 1 for Standard Bank. The majority of the cases have been recorded in 2024. FNB Namibia investigated 103 fraud incidents during November and December last year, totaling a loss of just over 4 million Namibian dollars. Last month, Omusati police reported that on the 15th and the 17th of January, a 16-year-old woman from Ukwamatsi village at Okaha was swindled of $1.1 million from her FNB account. At first, they wanted to downplay the cases, saying it is because they have more clients than the other banks and would automatically record more incidents, he said. Zacharias further said that this argument cannot be correct as people continue to lose money and most of it has not been recovered. This is not about numbers. Maybe they are not alarmed and they are taking it lightly, but we are urging the banks to take this as a matter of urgency and tighten their security systems. If they can see the existing ones are not working, they should double their layers of safety, he said. Zakaria opined that for a layman, a mere call from someone asking for the identification card number or banking card numbers does not appear to be sufficient for scammers to defraud them of their money. You can read more on this story in the Namibian Sun tomorrow. That concludes our top stories. On the other side of the break, we take a look at our story of the day.
Slow internet should be a headache of the past, yet many Namibians have connections that just aren't fast. We have a solution that might set you free. It's called Mobile LTE, and it comes with real speed. You'll enjoy up to 50 megabytes per second from just $300 Namibian a month and free internet browsing after midnight till 6. When it comes to staying connected, this is it. Visit Paratus.africa/Namibia or our branches nationwide and experience the thrill of better internet with Paratus by your side.
Always prepared, Paratus.
Getting into our story of the day, the Bank Venture Cancer Apple project handed over a remarkable $2.5 million to the Cancer Association of Namibia. The Chief Executive Director, Rolf Hansen, expressed deep gratitude for the generous contribution, which will support cancer awareness and treatment efforts in Namibia. Aurelia Afrikaner was there and gave in this video.
Have a look, Rolf. $2.5 million raised through the 2024 Bank Venture Cancer Apple project. That
for this this amazing amount, because truly the need is the biggest as it's ever been in my 10 years of doing this. And after COVID, we went down into a slump and we were sort of, okay, we don't budget, we don't aim for the stars, we sort of, ons is nog in Namibia, we're in Namibia, we're there by the Fish River Canyons and Namib Desert, and then all of a sudden, this. Huh? How amazing is that? So to every Namibian out there, thank you. To every Bank Venture staff member, Capricorn group member, thank you from all of us in the fight against cancer. We salute you. Thank you.
On the other side of the break, we take a look at our community talk.
NTV Awards 2025. These are your nominees. Show of the Year. Viewer's Choice Presenter of the Year. Lifestyle Show of the Year. Public Affairs Show of the Year. Sport Show of the Year. Sport Presenter of the Year. My Zone Show of the Year. And Chill Personality of the Year. NTV Awards, celebrating creativity, dedication, and impact.
Getting into our community talk, Charles Kutsier, a council member of the Okahanja municipality, explained to the community at a community meeting held in Okahanja The process of writing off municipal debt for senior citizens has begun and is currently awaiting ministerial approval. Let's take a look.
Ons het 'n resolusie geneem dat daar gekyk gaan word aan die skulde om van die skulde af te skryf. Daai resolusie is nou gegaan, ons wag vir die minister. So dit was ek dink November, Desember gewees en ons wag nou vir daai gaan na die minister toe gaan, so ons wag vir die minister dat dit terugkom dat ons antwoord kry, want hy moet ons nou die finale sê yes, okay, of hoe gaan dit? So council het so besluit gemaak dat hulle gaan kyk na wie is die vulnerables en die ou mense oor wie se skuld hulle kan afskryf. So dit sê nie dat almal se skuld gaan afgeskryf word nie. Want miskien is daar party mense wat sê ou mense is maar is baie ryk. En dan is daar miskien is daar ander mense wat arm is. So daar moet gekyk word na wie hulle is en voor ons net kan sê ons gaan afskryf. Ek weet nie of daar nog vrae is daaroor nie.
In our economic news, the central bank loses the exchange control case on appeal. We expand on this after the break.
NTV Awards 2025. These are your nominees. Show of the Year. Viewer's Choice Presenter of the Year. Lifestyle Show of the Year. Public Affairs Show of the Year. Sport Show of the Year. Sport Presenter of the Year. My Zone Show of the Year. And Chill Personality of the Year. NTV Awards, celebrating creativity, dedication, and impact.
Getting into our economic news, the Bank of Namibia lost an exchange control case on appeal against several northern-based retailers in the Supreme Court last week. High Court Judge Shifa Mana Uitile last year in June set aside a decision made by the Bank of Namibia and senior exchange control official Penalao Kapenda to freeze the bank accounts of several companies from the Rani Group of companies, adding that Kapenda lacked the authority to freeze the company's bank accounts. In its reasoning, the Supreme Court said the High Court at the time of the ruling was correct to find that there is a rebuttable presumption against sub-delegation. It meant that the power delegated did not automatically include the power to further delegate. Whether the delegated powers can be further delegated depends on the context in which the initial delegation took place and whether it is such as to rebut the presumption against further delegation, the judgment said. The Supreme Court determined that the Minister of Finance gave certain powers and responsibilities to the Bank of Namibia. These powers can only be carried out by the board or the governor, and neither of them can pass these powers on to anyone else. There are no provisions in either the Bank of Namibia Act 8 of 1990 or the Bank of Namibia Act 1 of 2020, which allow the Bank of Namibia to vary the mandate conveyed to them in the delegation from the Minister of Finance unilaterally. Now, the judgment said Kapenda in 2023 received an anonymous tip of alleging that the businesses under the Rani traders groups were unlawfully dealing in foreign exchange by receiving and depositing foreign currencies into their bank accounts without proper authorization. You can read more on this story in the Namibian Sun tomorrow. In our next economic story, the Ministry of Mines and Energy has announced an increase in fuel prices effective on Wednesday, February the 5th, 2025, citing rising global oil prices and currency depreciation as key drivers. Petrol prices will rise by 42 cents per litre, while both diesel 50 ppm and 10 ppm will increase by $1 Namibian and 20 cents per litre. The adjustments brings the new fuel prices at Walvis Bay at $20 Namibian and 67 cents per litre for petrol, $20 Namibian and 92 cents for diesel 50 ppm and $21 Namibian and 2 cents for diesel 10 ppm. The ministry attributed the hike to a 4.5% surge in petrol prices and a 7% increase in diesel prices on the international market. The average January 2025 price for petrol 95 was recorded at $87 and 41 cents per barrel, while diesel 50 ppm and 10 ppm stood at $94 and 69 cents and $94 83 cents per barrel, respectively. Next up is our financial indicators. The Namibian dollar trades against the British pound at 22.92, against the euro at 19.09, against the US dollar at 18.09. $2 Namibian and 50 cents gets you 1 Chinese yuan. On the commodities market, gold and copper went up, while platinum and Brent crude oil went down. Brent crude oil trading at 0.45%, going for $76 and 67 cents per barrel. In international news, EU leaders to huddle on defense against Russia and handling Trump. We expand on this after this.
NTV's second annual awards 2025. This is how you can vote for your favorites. Save Synergy chatbot number +264 85785 6231 and send hashtag NTV Awards 2025 on WhatsApp and follow instructions. These are the categories you can vote for. Viewer's Choice Presenter of the Year: Precious Nyitaunapo, Toivo Njebela, Joe Marie Dadi, Aina Kweyo, and Brian Munango. Chill Personality of the Year: Miss Gideon, Jericho, DJ Vuyo, Captain Swazi, and P-Star. Voting closes 8 February 2025.
Getting into our international news, European Union leaders gather on Monday to discuss how to bolster the continent's defenses against Russia and how to handle U.S. President Donald Trump after he decides to impose tariffs on goods from Canada, Mexico, and China. At a royal palace turned conference center in Brussels, the leaders of the EU's 27 nations will also lunch with the NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte and dine with British Prime Minister Keir Starmer. Antonio Costa, the president of the European Council of EU leaders, has billed the one-day gathering as a retreat devoted to defense policy rather than a formal summit, aiming for an open discussion without any official declaration or decisions. The first session focuses on geopolitics and relations with the United States, meaning Trump's sweeping weekend move on tariffs is certain to come up, particularly as EU officials fear they may soon face similar measures. Trump, who began his second term as president on January the 20th, will also be a major factor in the talks on defense, as he has demanded that European nationals spend much more on their protection and rely less on the United States via the NATO Security Alliance. Trump's call for EU members Denmark to cede Greenland to the United States and his refusal to rule out military action or economic pressure to force Copenhagen's hand has also added strength to the transatlantic ties. That concludes our international news. Let's take a look at the weather predictions. The capital city can expect some showers with a minimum of 19 and a maximum of 31, while Hobabis can expect partly cloudy conditions with a minimum of 19 and a maximum of 34 degrees Celsius. Henties Bay, Rehoboth, Marienthal, Ariamsvlei and Keetmanshoop can expect some showers. Rehoboth with a minimum of 21 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 32 degrees Celsius. Swakopmund can expect partly cloudy conditions with a minimum of 18 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 19 degrees Celsius. We will now head over to the sports desk, proudly brought to you by SportsRep.
NTV Awards 2025. These are your nominees. Show of the Year. Viewer's Choice Presenter of the Year. Lifestyle Show of the Year. Public Affairs Show of the Year. Sport Show of the Year. Sport Presenter of the Year. My Zone Show of the Year. And Chill Personality of the Year. NTV Awards, celebrating creativity, dedication, and impact.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, and starting off with soccer news first. It is the English Premier League that will continue on the 15th of February only. There's going to be 3 different competitions before they continue with the next round. There's been mostly 24 games played by all the teams. It is the lot leader Liverpool that only have played 23 games. They lead with 56 league points at the moment, and Arsenal with 50 points after 24 games. And it is this coming week, it will be English League Cup. It will be the Carabao Cup that will be played. On Thursday, it is Liverpool that play against Tottenham Hotspur at home. And then on Wednesday, it will be Arsenal. They have a game against Newcastle. Also then the following week, or the following weekend, this coming weekend, it will be the FA Cup that continue. It will be the 4th round games that will be played. And then in the week following that, it will be Champions League football again. And then only on the 15th of February, that weekend, it will be again lot leaders Liverpool. They will be at home against Wolverhampton. And it will be Arsenal that have a away game against Leicester City. Moving on to golf news, it is Rory McIlroy of Ireland that won in America on the PGA again for the 22nd win for his in his career on the PGA Tour, and he won the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am on a total of 21 under par. That will be good news for him on the world rankings. It will most likely taking past Xander Schauffele onto the 2nd position on the world rankings. It will be Scotty Scheffler that will still hang on to his #1 ranking at the moment. Scotty Scheffler also had a good tournament at Pebble Beach. He was in the top 10. He was tied 9th on a total of 15 under par, closing with a round of 67. The next PGA Tour event will be this coming weekend. It will be the Phoenix Open. That's in Scottsdale, Arizona. And that tournament is known for the stadium-like atmosphere, especially the 17th green that is surrounded by pavilions. Then to close off today's international sports news, it is cricket news, and it is England cricket, women's cricket, that's not happy with the result of the Ashes. That is England that played against Australia in Australia. It is the managing director of women's cricket in England, that is Claire Connor, that said there will be an investigation. It was a points system. It was Australia that whitewashed England 16 points to 0. It was 3 one-day games, 50 over one-day games that Australia won all 3 of them, 2 T20 games, international games as well, that Australia won both. And then Australia also won the test match, so it was a clean sweep. And there was accusations about the fitness and also attitude towards the England players, so that will be investigated by Women's Cricket of England. So that's international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sport day, and we'll talk international sport again tomorrow. Goodbye.
NTV's 2nd Annual Awards 2025. This is how you can vote for your favorites. Save Synergy chatbot number +264 85785 6231 and send hashtag NTV Awards 2025 on WhatsApp and follow instructions. These are the categories you can vote for. Viewer's Choice Presenter of the Year: Precious Nyitaunapo, Toivo Njebela, Joe Marie Dadi, Aina Kweyo, and Brian Munango. Chill Personality of the Year: Miss Gideon, Jericho, DJ Vuyo, Captain Swazi, and P-Star. Voting closes 8 February 2025.
And with that, we've come to the end of the broadcast. Make sure you join Sunset News on Facebook, on all the NMH platforms on weekdays, as well as on our website, oneup2.com. Sunset News screens on DSTV channel 285 and GoTV channel 25 every Monday to Thursday from 7:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. This has been Sunset News. Don't end your day without us.